When I was 10 and she was 17, our parents purchased the restaurant. So we were really young. So we literally went from cheer practice to baking biscuits, from, discussing as a family what our next weekend outing was going to be, to discussing what the schedule at the restaurant and the accounts were looking like all together. And so we really took on this approach of, as kids, we were now involved in the business very heavily. I mean, our parents involved the family in everything. We've been an all-in family since we've always been an all-in family. And so this was something we went all in together. So Shila and I got to build a lot of skills and a lot of resilience along the way. And I was actually just thinking about this. I was ruminating a little bit this morning that experience, customer service is really hard. If you have never been in the guest service, as we like to say, industry, it's tough and people's expectations are high. And when you're 10 or 11 or 17 or 18 and you don't really have very much experience, and all of a sudden, day in, day out, it's not only your job, but your very family's legacy and responsibility and image on the line, you adapt very quickly and you get put into this hot fire that pressurizes you socially very fast, because you're having to learn how to deal with every kind of Karen at a very young age.
All kinds of criticism. What's funny is to hear, back when I was 17 and Kay was 10, mom and dad bought a restaurant, but it's not like they just bought a restaurant. Like they cashed in their savings in retirement, they quit their careers, they passed the hat around the family, called in every favor they could, got everything together and put everything on the line to buy a restaurant. No, we were not restaurant people before that. Mom worked at an ad agency and dad was a landscaper. And when I was born, they were on food stamps and welfare. So we literally had the front row seat to the American dream through our entire childhood, both working through first getting that GED and then getting the college education. And, there's 9-year-old me and 2-year-old Kay, and we're going along with mom on job interviews and helping. So we really saw that front row seat. And then as they kind of came through the corporate side of things, then they got this dream, that's a whole story in and of itself, but they pass the hat and do all the things and push all the chips in, and we go all in on being a restaurant family. So it was a huge seismic family shift that changed our front row seat from just the American dream kind of to that American entrepreneurial dream front row seat, and you're washing dishes and baking biscuits and washing aprons and taking orders and all of those things as well. So it's been a very compressed learning situation, but it's, kudos to our parents. And we always say that for the incredible example that they've set for us, the incredible lessons that they've shown us. While other kids were hearing Cinderella, we were hearing the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Our mom has always been very personal growth, personal responsibility, self-development focused. And so gave us that passion and love, but then also demonstrated those values and practices across the family story. And there's the roller coaster of we were in the New York Times, and then we almost lost it all, and mom and dad moved into the living room, and then we were on Food Network, and then we've had some crazy fights and some almost financial runway burn downs and those kinds of things. And so there's been the drama is real, but what we found along the journey, right? It's still definitely real. But what we found along the journey is those kind of character development pieces that we couldn't trade for anything else, and that have given us so much to go out and do other things. We're actually involved in another launch on the marketing side of things with the JMT, and there's feedback with any type of launch. You have feedback, and everyone's like, "Are you guys okay?" And we're like, "Do you forget we're restaurant owners? We deal with Yelp, we deal with hundreds of people on a Saturday, we deal with Mother's Day people. Trust, and we're good." Those first few Yelp reviews back in 2008 hurt so bad, but at this point we understand, and we can use them as training tools, and really do have found a way to embrace it, to make some of our worst critics our best cheerleaders, and that's been a gift all in of itself, even though it's a bit of a silver lining one.
Wow, yeah, that's quite a ride.